Last time Minnesota and Dakota met, Tony Horn Jr. spurred Minnesota as time expired. A game-winning touchdown to go with his 11 grabs. Will the Chippers be able to figure him out and the rest of the Rhinos tonight? The Vultures have lost 6 straight, surrendering their division lead to Milwaukee. In their way from stopping that streak is Charlotte, a desperate team in their own right. Who turns their season around? And the Florida Sharks are playing inspiring football, but will it be enough tonight in the first meeting against in-state rival and division leader, Miami? We'll watch it all tonight in the Virtual Zone. Week 14 begins right here on VFN. Sit back and enjoy the glory of 3 times the football as 90 minutes of UFL action starts now. Florida hosting Miami, Charlotte hosting Cincinnati, Dakota hosting Minnesota. We are underway across the league, Week 14 style. Just 4 weeks left in the regular season. We've got everything to talk about tonight. We've got playoff races in the balance. We've got losing streaks attempting to be snapped. We've got lots of different changes around the league, as many teams coming off of a loss here as Cincinnati starts with a first down. Mac Chima up to the 39-yard line. And let's talk about some of those teams coming off of a loss. Cincinnati is the first team this season to say, let's take everything that we've done so far this season to adjust our game plan, and let's just throw it out the window. They started 6-0. They've been going backwards ever since. Their linebackers, Nathan Brady IV and Robert Brady Jr., they are back on the outside. They had been playing inside. Cincinnati has tossed out everything that they've adjusted since that first loss and the subsequent losses afterwards. So Cincinnati saying, hey man, we got 6 straight wins to start the season. Let's just go back to the drawing board. Anything's better than the slump we've been on so far, as Mac Chima's pass is over the sideline for no gain. Nobody's across the 50 right now, so let's talk about what Charlotte wanted to do tonight. The Charlotte Royals, they are not forcing turnovers. Their whole identity is forcing turnovers and winning the turnover differential battle. Charlotte has not done that very often this season, so expect to see the Royals dial it up on early downs, trying to get after Cincinnati, Mac Chima, Al Ingram III, and the rest of this offense. Trips off the right side for Cincinnati, and Mac Chima's pass is a delivered completion for a first down. That pass hauled in by Byleth Thomas. Matt Green, and Warren Murray all receiving boosts this week in Cincinnati's progression plan. Just trying to get something out of this receiving core, as Rob Crone's got a deep shot down to the Florida 33-yard line. They are the second team across the 50, but the closest to scoring position. That is unclaimed wide receiver TJ Drennan. In terms of Charlotte's progression, they're looking for that play recognition defensively. They've just been a step too slow this season defensively, and they're going to try in both ways against Cincinnati to keep that offense at bay, keep them scratching their head about what to do over the rest of the season. It's 2nd down and 7 for Cincinnati early in the first quarter, but they are on the move, and Chima's got another completion to the 19-yard line. It's the Cincinnati Vultures in the red zone first today. Warren Murray with the catch. Miami and Florida both coming off of wins. The Sharks not out of it yet, 4-8. They've won 3 of their last 4 contests. As Bovine Jr. makes that catch, 3rd down and 11 for Dakota, and a deep shot is swatted away. So Minnesota gets a stop on the opening drive. Let's go to the red zone now with Cincinnati. 1st and 10 to the 19-yard line. 9:25 to go in the first quarter. This is Chima over the middle of the field. That pass into traffic is incomplete. Miami is in the red zone. Down to the 8-yard line. Rob Crone 6 for 6 for 64 yards on the opening drive. Another catch for TJ Drennan. Punt for Dakota goes into the end zone. A sack for Ralph Leopold, and there is Charlotte getting active in the backfield. Check that. They bring Al Ingram the third down for a draw. Actually, I'm wrong again. That was Leonard Crawford on the carry for Cincinnati. Not what they were looking for there, so it's going to be 3rd down and 15 for Cincinnati. It's a 2nd down and goal for Miami. Bullet Boletsky doesn't know where he's going. Dropped for a loss back at the 13-yard line. Florida was in the backfield almost instantaneously. Lewis can't come down with the catch for Cincinnati, and their drive is going to stall out. Looks to be a 41-yard field goal coming up for the Vultures. Good hit there from Russ Harper, top corner on this Royals team. 41-yard field goal for Cincinnati to get the scoring started. 3rd down and goal for Miami. The field goal for Cincinnati is up and good. And in the back of the end zone, Buck Wild was wide open. But standing in the back of the end zone, I don't think he would have had any feet in bounds. Here's another look at it, lower right-hand corner. Buck Wild, who just recently boosted the awareness. Miami's team power-up is doubling up awareness. Not very aware on that play, an unusual play there. This is for a 30-yard field goal for Miami, and that is up and good. 3-0 Miami, 3-0 Cincinnati on 2 red zone trips. Minnesota's got to punt it away on their opening possession. Dakota 9-3, Minnesota 3-9, but mentioned earlier in the broadcast, just a 1-point win for Dakota the last time these teams met, and they won it at the buzzer. That's why Dakota is your 4.5-point favorite at home. Charlotte, basically a push, a 2.5-point favorite at home against Cincinnati, and Florida, a 4.5-point underdog at home against Miami. James Cooley trying to turn the corner. First completion for John Clemens, picks up 8 yards. Nobody across the 50 right now, although on a 1st down completion, Billy Flagg as Mike Coco down to the 49-yard line. Minnesota also off a loss today. The Chippers, it was kind of wild, noticed that the release on their receivers was really awful. I mean, worst in the league awful. So Minnesota worked on that burst off the line of scrimmage in practice this week, just trying to give their receiving core just a little bit of an edge. And then from a game plan perspective, they said, look, Dakota is a nasty pass rush. We want to get the ball out of Doug Falk's hands. Sacks have been a problem all season long. As Larry Seitz gets the carry, picking up 7 down to the Minnesota 44-yard line. Let's go there as Dakota's across the 50. And off to Sauce K for Florida. Florida's up past the 40-yard line. It's a beautiful Saturday night across the country. Hope everybody is having a great day. Eric Vincent, Nate Hall, Sudo Nakai, Ron Haynes, and others in the chat. Eric Vincent has the call tonight in prime time with John Warren. It's 7-5 Rochester against 9-3 Vegas. A big game in both conferences in multiple divisions. Good turn right there from the receiver from Dakota up to the Minnesota 27-yard line. Ready? 70 Indy. 5:35 to go in a scoreless first quarter in Sioux Falls. Handoff, Seitz. Seitz looking a little beefier here tonight. Picks up 2. Just 5 yards on his first 6 carries. Deep shot down the sideline for Charlotte on 3rd down. That is incomplete. Cincinnati's defense gets off the field. They have been sharp in the first quarter, getting the linebackers back to where they were during that win streak. Dakota's in the red zone. That pass caught by Monty Harris down to the 12-yard line. Cincinnati will start their next drive from the 11. Florida stalls out, so they will punt it away into the end zone. 5:27 to go in the first quarter. Florida's offense certainly not up to the fast start they had against Rochester. And it's just amazing the different matchups in this league. I'll get to it in just some seconds. Second down and 7 at the 10. Seitz takes a handoff and only got a yard. But, you know, Miami and Rochester played a nail-biter. And Florida scored 41 on Rochester last week, and they have nothing here in the first quarter. There's a penalty marker on the play. It looks like a hold on Miami, so that's going to push them back. Third down and 6 for Dakota. Flag into the end zone, wide open, touchdown from 9 yards away. Mike Coco with the score, and Dakota is first on the board. Pass a little behind him, but Coco made it work. For Coco this season, that's touchdown number 5. And Dakota's got our first touchdown across the league. Extra point coming up for Dakota is up and good. 9 and 7 off the board, and the Rhinos take a 7-0 lead. Dakota just one game back of Salt Lake for the top spot in the Great West. Flag on that drive, 4 for 4 for 53 yards. You see the updated playoff pictures heading into week 14. You see Dakota as the number 2 seed there. Number 5 Vegas in action later tonight as Buck Wild holds on to the football on 3rd and 14, gets enough for the first down. Cincinnati moves the chains past the 50 for a first down. It's going to reset and go to Charlotte. Out east, you've got number 2 Miami in action right now. Number 3 Rochester trying to fend off New York tonight in prime time. They are tied with the Lightning for the division lead. A loss means that New York will take over the division lead for the first time this season. New Orleans hoping that Miami can lose. They are just 2 games back of the Pirates, sitting at 6 and 6. Rob Crone has another completion, first down. Crone is carving up the Sharks early, 9 of 11 for 102 yards already. There's a big run from Al Ingram, the third, down to the 32-yard line. Just his second carry, but for 20 yards. Doug Falk dumps it off on a check down. That gets a few. These playoffs are going to be wild. The difference in the East, just 3 games from 1st to 8th. West a little bit more spread out, but the West has 6 teams at 6 and 6. The East has 5 teams at 6 and 6, so 11 total. That is a third of the league at 6 and 6 right now. See Mackinum Pfister, Mordecai Pfister, Malachi Pfister up front for Dakota. Suki Padre on that defense as well. Boletsky sheds a tackle. Rick Kuhn out there also for Dakota. This is a second down and 12 for Cincinnati with 2:12 to go in the first. 3-0 Vultures. They fake the jet sweep. They fake the handoff. Matt Chima's got time and fires to T-Roy Gaines down to the 14, and there goes Minnesota. Minnesota down the sideline for a touchdown. That's a 69-yard score. Dalton Brown erupts for the Chippers. Dalton Brown, not known for his explosivity. His longest run of the season before that carry was 28 yards. And Minnesota's an extra point away from tying the game. Matt Chima to the sideline. Cincinnati's in the red zone. That pass is incomplete. TJ Drennan, yet another catch for Miami. They're driving the football inside the 35. Second down and 10 of the 13 for Cincinnati. The handoff to Al Ingram, and he is bottled up in the backfield. Charlotte dialing up the pressure. Loss of 4. Ayodele on the stop. 3rd and long coming up for Cincinnati. Hand off to Beletsky inside the 30. Miami not getting a lot on the ground so far. Beletsky just 1 yard on his first 6 carries. 3rd down and 14 for Mac Chima. Dropping a throw. Chima's got time. Chima's going to take off and run. Chima has a block and then another, but can't get to the first down. Charlotte holds him off. Miami's back in the red zone down to the 11-yard line. TJ Drennan again. Unclaimed. Drennan, 5 catches in the first quarter against Florida. Dakota back to work. Larry Seitz, after giving up that 69-yard score, has a first down to the 36-yard line. 20 yards on 8 carries for Seitz. Field goal coming up for Cincinnati. We've reached the end of the first quarter in Daytona Beach. 23-yard attempt for the Vultures is up and good. That's 23 and 6 off the board. Cincinnati takes a 6-0 advantage. We flip sides in Florida. 3-0 Miami. Rob Crone's pass is a beautiful catch down to the 2-yard line. Drennan again. 6th catch of the first half for the unclaimed wide receiver. 3 down to the 2-yard line. It's ruled a 2nd and inches at the 2. They fake the jet sweep. They hand it off to Beletsky, and he walks in from 2 yards out. Touchdown Miami. They have opened up a 9-0 lead. Billy Flagg, deep ball down the sideline, caught. Now in Minnesota territory to the 44-yard line. And that's the man of the hour, Tony Horn, who ate Minnesota for breakfast, lunch, and dinner in their first meeting. -3 rushing yards for Charlotte so far. They check it down to Curtis. He dropped it. 2nd down coming up for Charlotte. Extra point is good for Miami. That's 10 off the board. And the Pirates looking chill in Florida. 13-play, 81 yards, 6-minute, 3-second drive. Pirates are rolling. Billy Flagg able to somehow get away for 6 yards on his first carry of the day. Charlotte's lost 4 of their last 5 games. Their last 3 losses by 8, 5, and 6 in overtime. Their lone win was against Cleveland. They won that by 3, thanks to 2 hunt blocks for touchdowns. 2nd and 4, Dakota goes back to Seitz. He lost the ball. Lost the ball, picked up by Minnesota. And the Chippers on the return have a fumble 6. Touchdown Minnesota. Champ Boyd. Oh, we didn't get a look at that on replay, at least the beginning of the play. Can we see the beginning of the play? Here we go. Seitz just bottled up. Where's the football? It looks like Boyd just took it away from him. As Seitz was being held up, Boyd just took it away from him. Joe Francis breaks off a sack. Look at Francis go for Florida. Nearly got a first down. So Champ Boyd with the Minnesota touchdown. We're getting you an official number on that return. Minnesota goes up 14-7. Boyd is going to be credited with a 59-yard return. So a 69-yard and a 59-yard score for Minnesota has the Chippers up 14-7 on the road. All right, Florida for the first time today, I believe, has crossed Miami territory up to the 48-yard line. Francis, one play after breaking that sack, finds a receiver over the middle. Al Ingram on the carry, but a loss of 1. Ralph Leopold, 2nd TFL. Charlotte definitely has been more active in the backfield here so far tonight. Joe Francis in some trouble, and he is going to be sacked. Taken down by big number 95. End of the first quarter in Sioux Falls, that's Dexter Murdoch. With the takedown. Everybody's excited about Eric Vincent and John Warren being on the call in prime time here in a little while. That is a first down for Dakota. Up to the 40-yard line. Billy Flagg, 8 of 11 for 116 yards and a touchdown so far. Florida back across the Miami 50. They were there for a while, then they weren't. Now they're back. Chima's pass is caught. 24-yard pickup. T. Roy Gaines has been active here in the first half. 2 catches, but for 45 yards. Cincinnati finally finding some deep balls. Francis on a play fake. 3rd down and 11. Has to get rid of it. Joe Francis deep down the field. The pass is incomplete as Mark Anthony took a shot. He's still down. 4th down coming up for Florida. The shutout continues. Nobody's across the 50. Let's go to Charlotte. 1st down and 10 for Cincinnati. Al Ingram, the 3rd, gets to the 50-yard line, picking up 6. 2nd and 7 for Dakota. Down 14-7 thanks to 2 50-plus yard scores for Minnesota. Deep ball from Billy Flagg. Down the sideline is intercepted. Picked off at the 2-yard line. Tyson Anderson in one-on-one coverage with the interception. Another Dakota turnover, and it's an arm punt for Billy Flagg. Didn't really get a good look at it. Looking for Coco deep. Look at Anderson. Blanket coverage like the pass was meant for him. Rob Crone's going long. Deep shot for Crone. One-on-one coverage, and it's incomplete. Knocked away, looking for Cooper. Don Johnson's got 6 tackles already, but Cincinnati is now across the 50. Getting Al Ingram, the 3rd, in space. Oh, Minnesota almost dropped for a safety. Dalton Brown is taken down. 2nd and 12, back at the 1-yard line. Woo-hoo, that was really close. 1st and 10 for Cincinnati. The blitz is picked up, and Chima's pass is a little bit inaccurate. Chima's been struggling with the picks. No picks today. Charlotte's been struggling to get picks. From the 1-yard line, again, Minnesota struggling to get out of their own end zone, but does pick up 2. 3rd down and 9 coming up for the Chippers. Chima into the flat, and again overthrew his intended receiver. He's 10 of 17. 3rd down and 10 for Cincinnati. Will Minnesota try to throw here on 3rd down and 9? Brown getting loud. Crone takes a sack. Nope, they'll hand it off to Brown. Dakota's defense does their job, and they'll get pretty good field position. 3rd down and 10 for Cincinnati. Chima trying to keep the drive alive. Wide open over the middle of the field. Cincinnati is back in the red zone for the 3rd time in the first half. Crone sacked by Marshall. Minnesota's got to be careful here. They don't get this blocked. Punt is away. Good field position coming up for Dakota at their own 46-yard line. A floater from Crone is incomplete, so now 3rd down and 18 as Florida's defense bows up. Florida and Charlotte still scoreless here today. 1st down and 10 for Chima. Chima back to pass. Oh, it should have been picked. Charlotte just cannot buy a turnover. 3rd down and 18 for Crone. Crone all day to throw. Fires! And it's just short. Just short of the 1st down. Terrell Cooper on the carry. Another TFL for Charlotte in the backfield. 3rd and long coming up. Crawford's got -6 yardage, or -6 yards. Miami's got a 4th and inches decision here, up 10-0. Well, now Cincinnati is completely out of the red zone. Cincinnati tied with Milwaukee and Motor City, all at 6-6 in the Great Lakes Division. Miami's just going to punt it away. Billy Flagg's pass is caught down to the 40-yard line for a first down. And Miami pins Florida deep at their own 3-yard line. Excellent punt. Chima, 3rd down and 14. Chima going to be sacked from behind, a loss of 8. Carr with the takedown. 4th and long for Cincinnati. They got to kick again. Flagg trying to take off and runs, lost the ball. Picked up by Dakota, but it lost 5 yards. Nearly another turnover for Dakota. 2nd and 15 coming up. Sauce K gets Florida out of the shadow of their own end zone. 10-0 Miami, 6-0 Charlotte, 14-7 Minnesota. This is a 48-yard field goal for Cincinnati. 9 is already off the board. The 48-yard field goal is good. Joe Francis to Sauce K out of the backfield. First down and plenty more on a little Texas route for a first down to the 31-yard line. And after the fast start, Miami has slowed a little bit. He took with the tackle. K able to break loose. So even though Charlotte has given up some yardage, they have put a lot of pressure on Cincinnati tonight. And they have bent and not broken on defense. 9-0 Cincinnati leads by 2 scores. Let's go to Sioux Falls where Dakota is throwing another pick. Picked off by Lilac at the 22-yard line. The 3rd turnover for Dakota tonight. Now this one from Flagg. Oh man, you can't fault Flagg for that one. Coco turns around and he just doesn't jump high enough. Mark Anthony does well to haul that one in. That's a 2-yard gain. Minnesota has turned Dakota over 3 times in the first half. Dakota had a 7-0 lead. They have not scored since. First down on the 22-yard line for the Chippers. Sauce K's got a first down to the 46. Chris Curtis finally with some running room up to about the 48-yard line for Charlotte. Second down, 4 yards to go for Minnesota. 6:05 to go in the first half. That pass hauled in by Tyler Falk. Doug Falk is 7 for 7 for 33 yards. The emphasis on the short passing game is working for Minnesota so far, although it has not produced a ton of yardage. Mark Anthony's got a first down up to the Miami 36-yard line. Joe Francis' 4th completion of the first half. Handoff on a draw. That's Ross. And he got maybe 1. Anthony took that right away from Ron Haynes. Ron Haynes, Robert Crone, Dexter Murdoch, Rip Cuby, Don Johnson, Ralph Leopold, Joseph Alexis. Oh, there's a fumble, and Charlotte picked up by Brady. No, it's not Brady. All the way down to the 15-yard line. That was big number 97. Oh, Albarazabo got creamed. That's Naisha Ingram forcing the fumble. Cincinnati up 9-0 in business. The tight end saved the touchdown, and Minnesota's got a first down. Falk is 9 for 9. That pass caught by Sadale Granger. Man, the defense is tonight active. To the 16-yard line, Florida's in the red zone now. Michael Joseph with the catch. Chima's pass. Oh, what a shot! Woo-hoo! Line him up. Second down for Cincinnati at the 15. 2 teams in the red zone right now. Chima, second down at 10. Bobbled and incomplete. Minnesota's almost in the red zone, 3:50 to go. Doug Falk got another one. First down to the 15-yard line. Pay down to the 8. Falk is 10 for 10. Chima dropping a throw on third down and 10. Cincinnati trying to get a touchdown. It's bobbled. And they're saying it's not a catch. Ellingham the third had 3 chances at that one, and Cincinnati will have to settle for another field goal. Falk 11 for 11. Second down and 6 at the 11-yard line. All 3 teams in the red zone right now. Let's go to Florida. Second and 2 at the 8. Joe Francis dropping a throw, fires in the end zone, incomplete. Looking for Joseph. 32-yard field goal coming up for Cincinnati would make it 12-0. Field goal is good.
60 outlaw.
Number 53, Mike 53. And here we go. Watch the pass. Watch the pass.
And we got a touchdown in Florida as well. That is Joe Francis to Tyson Gordon. The Sharks are on the board. There's a look at it, lower right-hand corner of the screen, wide open. So we got 12 and 32 off the board from the Cincinnati field goal. Minnesota's about to kick a 36-yard field goal. The numbers are flowing right now. 36 and 17 are off the board, and Minnesota goes up by 10. Extra point for Florida is up and good, 10-7. The touchdown for Florida was 8 yards away. That's another number off the board. We are up to 17 called numbers in the first half. So all 3 teams score in the red zone, 2 field goals and a touchdown. The sirens blaring in Florida. Let's go to Charlotte, where the Royals are down 12-0 on 4 field goals. That's not going much of anywhere. Lost 2 yards. Clements just 18 passing yards in the first half. Dakota right now is trailing by 10. If they were to lose this game, San Diego would go up to the number 2 seed. You see Sites bottled up today, 21 yards on 11 carries.
Set 50, plant.
Cincinnati right now in the hunt, in need of a win to get back in the playoff picture. They would be the number 4 seed, edging out Milwaukee for the Great Lakes lead if they were to win. Charlotte at 6 and 7 would keep themselves firmly in the hunt with a win. For Miami, they're trying to extend the division lead over New Orleans. If they fail to do so, then the Claws have an opportunity to claw their way back for an Atlantic Division title. And Florida, while not on the graphic, still very much alive here in this playoff run on 2nd and 4. Miami cannot pick up the first down. John Clements was looking to go deep. He is sacked on 3rd down and 18. No huddle for Dakota, and Billy Flagg is sacked. Minnesota will take a timeout. It's 4th down. Dakota has lost all their momentum, scratching their head at the end of the first half. Eight runs, 22 passes for Miami in the first half, but they will punt it away. Minnesota breaks off a couple tackles. They are going to try to extend their lead with 2 timeouts before the end of the first half. The Chippers playing probably their best game of the season. They have been explosive, and Doug Falk does not have an incompletion. So we have all 3 teams making their way out onto the field. Florida's their own 18, Cincinnati's their own 31. Let's go to Minnesota. That's the upset alert right now at their own 31-yard line. Doug Falk fires again, caught again. 12 of 12 for 88 yards. Florida not in any hurry right now, although they are going to go no huddle, see what they can get out of this play. Francis looking for someone to get open and takes a sack way back at the 9-yard line. Now Miami wants a timeout to try to get more points on the board. 3rd down and inches coming up for Minnesota at their own 41-yard line. Can they do anything with it at the end of the half?
65, 65, 65.
Charlotte's our last team to score tonight. Doug Falk fires near sideline, caught again. 13 of 13. First down to the Dakota 40-yard line and out of bounds. Florida trying to run the clock out. Miami will call their second timeout. 4th down coming up. Donnie Allegheny with that last catch for Minnesota.
Ready. 30 base.
The Chippers had that wacky 28-3 loss to El Paso where they just played terrible. That was 4 games ago. But other than that, as Folk takes off and slides, other than that, they beat Portland. They beat Tennessee in double overtime. They did lose last week to Austin, but very good effort, 27-13 loss, and they almost beat New York in their house as well. Cincinnati is back on the move to the 31-yard line. They are hammering Charlotte right now.
Here we go. Set. 60 outlaw.
Started 6-0, losers of 6 straight. They have looked like their old selves literally here so far today. Crone dumps that off into the flat. There's Doug Falk again! Caught again! Down to the 9-yard line. And Minnesota has just 1 timeout, but they're going to get a field goal out of this. 207 yards in the first half. No, there's a pick. There's an interception. Charlotte finally has something to cheer about. Massey with the interception. And maybe the Royals can finally start to build some momentum here. 26-yard field goal attempt coming up for Minnesota. There's a penalty marker on Florida as that kick is good. 26-yard field goal. It's 20-7 Minnesota. But that face mask on Florida has just put Miami into field goal range. That is a bad penalty. And Miami's going to get opportunities for points at the end of the half. This is a 51-yard field goal for the Pirates to go up 13-7, and he stoinked it off the pole. Hit the crossbar. That's how the end of the first half ends in Florida. 10-7 Pirates. Back to Charlotte where they're in no huddle. Past the 50 and a timeout for the Royals. 2nd and 1 coming up. Two seconds left in the first half for Billy Flagg and the Dakota Rhinos, who have been outscored 20-0 since their first touchdown.
Single.
The Minnesota Chippers forced 3 turnovers in the first half. They have momentum there. Dakota needs to change it back. That's not what Charlotte was looking for. Now down to just 1 timeout, 3rd down and 2. Almost 100 rushing yards for Minnesota in the first half. Thanks to that long run from Dalton Brown. That ridiculous fumble 6 from Champ Boyd, where he literally ripped it away from Larry Seitz. I have not seen that, I don't think, this season. John Clements down the sideline. James Cooley in a foot race down to the 15. A monster play as Cooley looked like he ran a wheel route. Down to 18 seconds to go in the half. Charlotte looking for something at the 15-yard line. Clements, end zone, got it, touchdown! And Charlotte, just before the half, makes Cincinnati pay off the interception. Oh, it's getting good tonight. Sauce K, big run up to the 40. That's another number off the board. You go players happy, they play tonight. 10 seconds left. Extra point is good for Charlotte. They're right back in the game. 12-7. Cincinnati with a 5-point lead. Let's go to the only game that's in the third quarter right now. That's Miami and Florida. Everybody's got a score. All the home teams are trailing with just a touchdown on the board. Sauce K on the carry, up to 66 yards on 9 carries. Doug Falk, perfect first half on a play action. He is going to be sacked. That's the first time we mentioned anybody on the line. Mordecai Fester with a takedown. The second sack for Mordecai tonight. He says, I see you. That kept Doug Falk upright pretty good. Not on that play. 2nd and 1. Francis throws it away. Called numbers tonight.
Come on, set. 60
Here in Hugo, and we still don't have all the games into the second half yet. 3rd down and 1 for Florida. Hand off to Sauce K, and that is eaten alive in the backfield by Etuk. His 3rd tackle. Florida will come up short. They'll have to punt the football. Third and 17 coming up for Minnesota following the sack. Falk dropping a throw. That pass is complete, and the perfect streak stays alive. 15 of 15 for 140 yards, but Granger is well short of the first down, so Minnesota will have to punt. Coffin kick, sort of. Florida gets Miami to start at their own 13. Charlotte and Cincinnati the last to start the second half. Big game in prime time tonight. 9-3 Vegas, 7-5 Rochester. Eric Vincent and John Warren on the call. Looking forward to having you all along for the ride. Miami's got a first down to the 36-yard line. Rob Crone, 18 of 24 for 203 yards. All right, no teams across the 50. We have an opportunity to take rights. We'll be right back.
This presentation of the UFL is intended for the private use of our audience. Any accounts or descriptions of the game without the express written consent of the league office is prohibited.
Billy Flagg back to work, finds Tony Horn down to the 50-yard line. Flagg 14 of 20 with a touchdown, a couple of picks. Philip Boletsky on the carry for Miami. First down at the 47-yard line. 20-7, 12-7, 10-7. Boletsky 41 yards on 10 carries. Start of the second half in Charlotte. 5-7 Royals, 6-6 Vultures. It was all Cincinnati until the final 2 minutes when Charlotte was able to get an interception and then get down the field and score. The first touchdown in that game, a 15-yarder, making it 12-7. Boletsky takes another handoff. Florida's all over that. Flag, deep shot. Oh, jump ball caught at the Minnesota 38-yard line. And it's a shame we are not going to get a replay. My goodness, what a catch. I think that might have been Coco. Boletsky's got another first down. Miami opening up the run lanes here in the third quarter. 8.5 to go in the third. Minnesota up 13. Dakota is driving. Hand off to Seitz again. Minnesota crushing Seitz in the backfield. Their run defense has been spectacular this evening. So is Cincinnati's. Curtis just 11 yards on 9 carries. Robert Brady Jr. moving back outside with his 4th tackle. This time Florida finally able to stuff Boletsky. Flag on 3rd down and 8. Pass caught inside the 20. Coco again. First down for Dakota. Over 200 yards tonight. John Clements is sacked. Cincinnati with a stop to start the third quarter. This time Bourne takes the handoff as Boletsky takes a rest. 3rd down and 6. 250 yards for Miami. 7:05 to go in the third quarter. The Pirates are up by a field goal, on in-state rival Florida. 1st and 10 of the 17 for Dakota. The handoff goes to Seitz. He cuts it back left. He picks up a block. Seitz fighting for the first down and got it at the 6.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
One of his best runs of the night. And a good punt from Charlotte down to the 15-yard line. Chima back out there for Cincinnati, protecting a 5-point lead. Nothing is easy here in the UFL. Miami's going for a 55-yard field goal. They just stoinked one off the crossbar at the end of the half from 51. This one had the leg, but it is wide left. There's a flag in the end zone. 1st and goal at the 6, and illegal touching. Haven't seen that in a long time. That's on Mike Coco. That field goal for Miami would have been good, but that's the second miss for John Smith from 50 plus. And Florida takes back over.
Here we go. 18.
2nd and goal at the 6 for Dakota. Deep shot, Chima on 2nd and 11. It's too far. Seitz is hit at the 5. That's important for the Hugo players. Francis down the field, and like a top, Mark Anthony spins his way to a first down. 3rd down and goal at the 5.
I can't believe they even let you play.
3rd and 11 for Chima. He just checks it down. Billy Fly going to take off, and he gets sacked. At the 10, Snow brings him down. Field goal coming up for Dakota. 3rd sack of the night for Minnesota. Flag thought he had a lane, and then right at the last second, it was a snow day. Let's go to 1st down and 10 for Florida in Miami territory at the 39, down 10-7. Deep kick, and I'm really surprised Charlotte let that go. I don't think he could have found the football. It dies at the 14-yard line. 27-yard field goal for Dakota is up and good. 20-10 your score.
On the set.
53 is the mic.
7:50 throw. There's a penalty marker. False start, I think, on Florida. That's going to make it 3rd down and 10. Clements deep shot down the sideline, incomplete.
10 logo.
Florida 3rd down and 10 to keep the drive alive. Down 3. Francis, deep ball, sideline incomplete. Wow, that was a wild hop. I think Anthony ended up kicking it after the ball was deflected. Charlotte trying to get anything going on the ground. They just cannot find it. It actually kind of got spiked into the ground. Anthony had this catch. Wow, nice strip from Miami's secondary. That might have been Ron Haynes. And Florida's got a punt. John Clements sacked. Back at the 6-yard line. Robert Brady Jr. Welcome back to the outside. Punt for Florida is down to the 1-yard line. Remember, it's where you first make contact with the football, and Florida touched it just before it got in the end zone. Right there. Rob Crone in Miami's got a lot to think about. Down at the 1. Charlotte's got a punt. 1st and 10 for Miami. Beletsky can't get away. Maybe got a yard. 6:35 to go in the 3rd quarter. Cincinnati up 12-7. The offense does not have a touchdown, but the team has the lead. 3rd down and 10 for Minnesota. Doug Falk. Doug Falk able to stand tall and complete it. 16 of 16, but it's short of the first down, and Minnesota's got a punt again. Cincinnati moves the chains to the Charlotte 44. Pass hauled in again by Thomas. Third down and 3. Play action from Crone. That was not a smart move, and Crone actually looks like he just kind of went down at the 2-yard line to make sure he didn't get pushed into the end zone. 4th and 10 for Miami deep in their own territory, and field position has been a problem for the Pirates in the second half. Minnesota's got a punt again. Charlotte only 83 total yards. Look at this punt from Minnesota. They down it at the 1-yard line.
We play to win. Let's go.
Miami punting out of their own end zone. That was a beautiful punt from Minnesota. Out kicks his coverage. Booming kick. Florida will get the ball to the 47-yard line. Let's go to Charlotte, where Cincinnati's across the 50. Play fake. Chima. He's going to go down. More aggression from Charlotte's defense on early downs. Sack from Don Johnson makes it 3rd and 14. Dakota deep in their own end zone. Hands it off to Lyons, his first carry. Francis taking a deep shot for Florida. 1-on-2, and that's incomplete. That didn't stand much of a chance. Francis 8 of 14. Play fake. Billy Flagg standing in his own end zone. Protection is excellent. Deep shot down the field. The pass is almost intercepted. It was underthrown. Deep ball from Chima. That pass is incomplete. Sauce K down the sideline of the 26, picking up 21 yards. 97 yards on 13 carries for Sauce K. 3rd down and 4 Dakota. Billy Flagg's pass is caught by Horn, 1st down. That's a great 3rd down conversion. Check that. That's Seitz with the catch. Cincinnati's got a punt. 4:48 to go in the 3rd. It's a stalemate in Charlotte. And the Vultures coffin corner that one, but not very well at the 18-yard line, and Miami's got an interception. Off the deflection, Ron Haynes makes Florida pay, and Miami maintains their 3-point lead. Off the tip, Ron Haynes, alert. Makes the interception for Haynes. That is pick number 4 on the season. And Miami's got the football. Larry Seitz has a 1st down. Clements sacked again in the backfield. Charlotte's offense less than 100 total yards, but they're only down by 5. Rob Crone, he's going to go down. Loss of 10. Back to the 7. And the defenses out here are wild tonight. 20-10, 12-7, 10-7. Dakota's got a 2nd down and 10. Hand off the Lions. There is nothing there. As the season has gone on, Minnesota's linebackers have really stood out. Unclaimed Brennan Allen and Randy Tremaine lead this unit. They are a tough team to crack. 3rd down and 10. 20 seconds to go in the 3rd. Flagg, all kinds of time. Got to let somebody get open. Flagg going to take off and run. He did not get a block, and he gets sacked instead. That's Allen. Right on cue. And at the end of the 3rd quarter, Dakota's going to have to punt it away. We've got Charlotte near the 50. That RPO is incomplete. Miami again backed up in their own territory. The handoff to Boletsky only gets to the 7. I feel like Miami has been inside their own 10-yard line this entire 3rd quarter. John Clements, read option, lost it, picked up by Cincinnati, and the Vultures taking it back. 1 man to beat. Cincinnati's got a touchdown. And this time it is a Brady, Robert Brady Jr. with the score. Another fumble 6 here on game night. Oh yeah, that ball's out. And look who forced it. Forced by Nathan Brady IV. Forced by the son, recovered by the dad. 18-7 Cincinnati. The official yardage on that return is 50 yards. And the extra point is good, 19-7. And the numbers roll. First and 10 for Joe Francis, dumps it off to Sauce K. Florida again past the 50-yard line. Dalton Brown dragging Dakota defenders to set up a 3rd down and 2. Cincinnati has no offensive touchdowns. They're up 12. Minnesota's Doug Falk has no incompletions. Hand off to Brown, and Brown is ripped down. Dakota with another stop. Stalemate in Sioux Falls. Let's go to Florida. It's still 10-7. Joe Francis, 1st and 10, pass is caught. Florida's in the red zone.
Let's go, baby. Let's go.
Hauled in by Lamont Rutledge, the second unclaimed. John Clements airmails. Man, Charlotte just can't get anything going. Dakota will have the football, decent field position at the 23, 10:07 to go in the 4th quarter. Chris Curtis, nothing. 13 yards on 12 carries. A sleepy Saturday in Charlotte. Sauce K down to the 15-yard line. 14 carries, 102 yards for K. 10:08 to go in the 4th quarter. Play fake, Billy Flagg. Billy Flagg going to take off and run. Flagg's got about 5 on his 2nd run of the day. K again this time, buried in the backfield. Big number 93, Robert Crone. Deep shot, Clements. Was that caught? Yes, it was at the 50. James Cooley finally getting some life into Charlotte in the 2nd half as Flagg's pass is incomplete. Cooley, one-on-one, just goes up and gets it. 3rd down and 6 for Florida, the 16-yard line. Hand off to K. Nope, check that. Jones in on 3rd down, and now it's 4th down. Interesting play call there for Minnesota. K out for fatigue, and they just hand it off. Cooley got 1 there. 2nd down and 9 coming up. A 32-yard field goal for Florida has already hit. It would make it 10-10. That kick is good. Dakota's got to punt it away. We are tied at Florida. Let's go to Charlotte, where the Royals are nearing the 50. They're on their own 48, but a monster 3rd down and 12 coming up. Another pass into the flats that's well defended by Cincinnati. This is week 14, Bachagalupi. There are 4 weeks left in the regular season.
Let's go now.
10-10 in Florida, 19-7 in North Carolina, 20-10 in South Dakota. That's another completion. Doug Falk is 18 of 18 for 167 yards. That's got to be some kind of record. Charlotte's got a 1st down. Abarazabo with the catch, 14th completion for Clements. Charlotte's got the ball at the 31-yard line. Doug Falk to throw. Deep shot again, complete. Allegheny, 19 of 19 is Doug Falk with 8.5 to play.
51.
Unbelievable. And sometimes you just make the right adjustment to your team. That's what Minnesota did this week. This new look, short game, passing attack, 3-step drop, all that good stuff. Man, it is working for Minnesota. Rob Crone's pass is caught by Cooper. Pickup of 13 yards. Minnesota's got Dalton Brown on a handoff, only got one. Clements to Curtis out of the backfield to the 23-yard line, start of the fourth quarter in Charlotte. On the 23-yard line for Charlotte. 11 and a half to go in the fourth. That's another completion for Doug Falk. Unless they're counting as a run. No, 20 for 20. That's a UFL record, I know for sure, for 170 yards. 20 consecutive completions to start the game for Doug Falk. Rob Crone is sacked. Jefferson gets back there. Everybody's been getting sacks for Florida. 3rd down and 5 for Minnesota. Falk's passes intercepted, picked off at the 38-yard line. How did that happen? 1st down for Charlotte, but the big story right now is the Dakota pick. The first incompletion of the day for Doug Falk, and it's an interception. And it was just ripped away by Montgomery. Dakota back in this thing. Trey Montgomery takes it right away from Granger. 2nd down and 19 for Florida. Charlotte is in the red zone. Clements checks it down inside the 10. And nearing a 1st down to the 6-yard line. Good effort on the outside. 2nd down and inches. That's Walker's 5th catch. Billy Flagg trying to get the offense moving. That's Sykes on a screen. Picking up 4. 3rd and 17, moon ball for Miami, no. Curtis has a 1st down. 1st and goal at the 4 with 10:06 to go in the 4th. Charlotte's down 12. I don't know if you can call it a commentator curse after 20 straight completions. I've been calling that out all night. 1st and goal at the 4. Curtis, nothing. Drop back to the 5. 2nd and goal coming up for Charlotte. They need a touchdown on this drive. Miami's got a punt again. They have gone totally stale. Billy Flagg, 1st down. Up to the Minnesota 48, 6:06 to go, down 10. We have 2 teams with the football down multiple scores. Florida has the ball tied. 12 of 19. Francis has not had as good of a first or second half as he did the first half. Neither has Miami's offense. 2nd and goal at the 5. John Clements going to take off and run. Clements looking for a block, and he sneaks in for the score. Touchdown Charlotte. They're not out of this yet. Billy Flagg going to take off and run. Flag down to the Minnesota 44-yard line. 5:42 left, 2nd down and 6. Clemens sneaks into the end zone, so now it's 19-13. Cincinnati still without an offensive touchdown tonight. Flagg going to take off and run again on 2nd down and 6. Dakota's drive taking a lot of time here. 3rd down and 7. Tremaine with the stop. And the extra point for Charlotte is up and good. 19-14, 13 plays, 76-yard, 5-minute, 44-second drive. Another procedural penalty on Florida. And Dakota's into the red zone with a 1st down to the 20-yard line. Pass caught by unclaimed Tamario Nixon, the 3rd receiver on the depth chart. No huddle for Dakota. Charlotte has the most time remaining with 9:05 left. Billy Flagg going to take off and run. Flagg, they lost the ball, picked up by Minnesota. The 4th turnover of the night for Dakota, their 2nd fumble. And Minnesota takes over. Every time Dakota gets a little closer, the door is shut. Tremaine with a forced fumble. 3rd down and 8 for Florida. 5:03 to go in the 4th quarter. Tie game at 10. And Francis's pass is incomplete. Looking for K. Play fake. Chima, 1st down and 10. Chima lost the ball. Picked up by a big offensive lineman. He's going nowhere fast. a loss of 7. Charlotte gets into the backfield again with 8:50 to go in the fourth quarter. Florida's got a punt. Minnesota up to the 39-yard line. Look at Florida pinning Miami inside the 10 again, down to the 5. Holy smokes, that punter's having a night. 2nd and 17 for Chima. Chima drops to throw. That pass is complete. 35 to the 38-yard line. 17 to 32, 233 yards. That's Gaines again, 4 for 88 for T. Roy Gaines in the ball game. Charlotte needs a stop. Dakota needs a stop. Florida needs a stop. Under 5 to go in Florida, and Beletsky making men miss and picking up 16. A tie game, a 2-score game, and a 1-score game right now. 2nd and 8 for Minnesota, 2:50 to go. Handoff, nothing. Dakota will protect their timeouts for one more play. Chima on a 1st down and 10, incomplete. That'll stop the clock. Charlotte 3 downs away. 4:23 to go in the first quarter. We're focused on Minnesota now. 3rd down and 6. 2:16 left. They're just going to run it, and Padres in the backfield. Buck Wild with the catch for Miami. 1st down to the 40-yard line. Timeout Dakota. They're going to get the football back with 2:12 to go. And Wild wide open. Coming up in prime time, it is Rochester and Vegas. 7-5 Rochester, 9-3 Vegas. Eric Vincent and John Warren on the call. A big-time game in both conferences. Drennan makes another, actually, I stand corrected. I think that was the 4th receiver on the, well, maybe it was Drennan. Billy Flagg, 20 of 29. There goes Cincinnati. Allingham the 3rd. Big play for the Vultures, as Charlotte is desperate to get off the field. Ingram, 44 yards on 12 carries. Now Billy Flagg going to work for Dakota, and that's incomplete with 2:01 to play. 3:25 to go in Florida. Time is ticking away in Charlotte. Still have not had a Hugo tonight. That's 3 straight broadcasts, 24 called numbers. That is surprising. Down to 6:42 to go in the fourth quarter in Charlotte. 1st down for Coco and the Rhinos. That is Al Ingram on the carry. 2nd down and 8. Crone's pass is caught. That's Drennan again, down the sideline of the Florida 24. Under 3 to go, Miami is driving. 2nd and 8, Chima over the middle, that pass is complete. Cincinnati's in the red zone. Down to the 18-yard line, it's 3rd down and 1. A field goal would keep it a 1-score game. Another 1st down for Dakota at the Minnesota 37, 138 and counting. 3rd down and 1 for Chima. Cincinnati's going empty. Chima dropping a throw, and a little curl to the outside is caught. 1st down. Miami's in the red zone down to the 13-yard line. Finally putting it all together. 95 yards on 20 carries for Bullitt. Down to a minute and a half to go in Florida. Billy Flagg and the Rhinos down 10. That pass hauled in over the middle to the 22-yard line. Dakota holding on to those 2 timeouts. Horn with the reception. 1st and 10 for Cincinnati. The clock is ticking away. Rob Crone fires it to the sideline. That pass is caught. Out of bounds. Chima over the middle, inside the 10, and a penalty marker with 5:06 to go. It's a face mask on Charlotte. A bad penalty for the Royals. That puts the ball on the 4. No huddle for Dakota, 52 seconds to go in the fourth quarter. Dakota needs points and they need them fast. Crone is going to be sacked. Back at the 20-yard line. Rhinos have a touchdown from 17 yards out. With the numbers already off the board, that was Nixon with the catch. Now 1st and goal on the 4 for Cincinnati. Power for a score. 4's off the board. T-Roy Gaines with a touchdown, and the Vultures go back up by 2 scores. A clutch catch from T-Roy Gaines. Dakota needs an onside kick recovery. And could it be happening to Minnesota all over again? The Rhinos won it at the buzzer in the first meeting. 7-play, 78-yard drive makes it 20-17. 3rd down and 17. Miami just trusting in their defense. They run it to force Florida to burn a timeout. They'll try to kick the field goal to take the lead. So 4 is your last number to hit. 4:56 to go in Charlotte. This is a field goal, 36-yard field goal for Miami, which is already off the board. But hey, 13 is a new number, and you know what? I'll give it to you. Onside kick is recovered by Minnesota with ease. 13 is your final number tonight here on YouGo. Miami takes a 13-10 lead over Florida. Cincinnati back up by 2 scores, trying to end their 6-game winning streak or losing streak. That was their first offensive touchdown of the night, 26-14. Minnesota recover the onside kick.
On the ready.
And they're now playing out the stretch here with 45 seconds to go, although Dakota still has 2 timeouts. We've got Charlotte and Florida about to have the football trailing. Ron Haynes with a YouGo on the final called number. Are you kidding me? And that is confirmed right down. Wow, right down the middle. Ron Haynes, a lucky dog tonight. Clement's pass is incomplete. I didn't know Ron had 13. Timeout for Dakota. They are out of timeouts. It's 3rd down and 12 for Minnesota. The interesting thing about the Chippers is that they might get caught in that 4th down situation where with 8 seconds to go, the game forces a play out of 4th down. So hold everything here. Minnesota's going to take as much time as they can, but that 4th down play forces, or that 4th down logic forces a play. Oh, Miami almost with a pick. 2nd down and 10. Florida's down 3. 1:45 to go. All right, we got to get on camera here because Minnesota is punting it away, and it goes out of bounds with 2 seconds left. So Dakota, I don't know what kind of arm Billy Flagg has, but that is a long way away from the 14-yard line. Billy Flagg just going to hurl it. Billy Flagg deep down the field. It is knocked away, incomplete. Minnesota gets the win. Joe Francis is sacked. 4th and 17 coming up. Robert Crone with the takedown.
Hurry.
4th and a prayer for Florida.
Ready.
Joe Francis back to pass. He's going to airmail it down the field. He's got Mark Anthony running underneath, and Anthony gets it down to the 11-yard line.
We got this.
Whoa, I'm dizzy. I'm seeing stars. Are you kidding me? Mark Anthony runs underneath it at the 11-yard line. 43 seconds to go in the 4th quarter. Joe Francis looking for something. 2 timeouts for Florida. Francis dumps it underneath. That pass is caught. Timeout for the Sharks with 34 seconds to go. They can win the ball game if they score from 12 yards out. Torillo in the chat saying, well, we tried, and then that happens. It's a 1st down for Cincinnati. Or no, it's 3rd and inches with 4 minutes to go. 34 seconds, 2nd down and 11 for Florida. Field goal ties it, touchdown wins it. Francis over the sideline, nearly threw an interception, 3rd down. Chima dumps that short to the 18-yard line.
70.
Charlotte needs to get off the field and in a hurry. They're down 2 scores. It is 4th down for Cincinnati. Francis on a 3rd down and 11, dropping a throw. Francis has to take the check down to the 10. If Florida would have been tied, you would have seen that, or I'm sorry, if Florida would have been down by more than 3, the logic there is you have to go to the end zone, but because a field goal is acceptable in this case, Francis taking the safe thing, didn't want to throw an interception, takes the check down, and we might just be heading to overtime. Cincinnati's field goal is good, so Charlotte keeps it a 3-score game with 3:21 to go in the 4th quarter. Excuse me, 2-score game, 29-14. So Florida will kick a 27-yard field goal to tie the game, and that feels a little bit underwhelming. Although it was 4th and 17, the game was basically over. So at least Florida got something out of it. But that close to the end zone, Florida's got to be frustrating that was not a touchdown or even an opportunity for a touchdown. Three seconds left. And the Miami Pirates, we got to look this up. If there's not anything miraculous, Miami will be playing in their 3rd overtime game in the last 5 weeks. They went to overtime last week and beat Charlotte. They've also beaten New Orleans, so Miami already has 2 overtime victories against divisional opponents this season. 3 seconds left. We'll see what happens here. Crone just chucks it to the sideline. Bobbled ball. That could have been intercepted. And we are going to overtime. Unbelievable. The 3rd overtime game of the season for Miami, all in the division. Team records just don't seem to matter, says Ron Haynes. Well, Florida is 4-8, but they're not the Florida of old. Florida had figured things out halfway through this season, and the Sharks have been playing much better football. That's why at this point in the season, it's hard to go on record. Minnesota with the upset. Florida's won 3 games in a row, folks. They were 1-8. And the Sharks have beaten Motor City, Charlotte, and Rochester, now going for their 4th straight win against the Miami Pirates to keep their slim playoff hopes alive. Charlotte is across the 50, 2:49 to go. We're not done there yet because it's a 2-score game after Charlotte held Cincinnati to a field goal. The Royals are 5-7. They're not out of the playoff picture with a loss tonight, but Charlotte has not been playing their best football down the stretch. Neither is Cincinnati, losers of 6 straight. They are trying to snap that streak tonight. Hand off to Beletsky, not much there. Clemens. Deep shot. That is hauled into the 29-yard line. Charlotte's got 2:41 left. DJ, yes, precisely. Cincinnati in reverse. These teams don't quit. We try new things. New things work, and that pass is nearly intercepted. Oh, Miami almost threw it away. 3rd down and 8 for Miami. 2-0 in overtime games this season. This is Florida's 1st overtime game of the season. Rob Crone's pass is complete to the 47-yard line. Miami needs a touchdown on their opening drive to end it. Terrell Cooper, 6 catches for 91 yards. No huddle for Charlotte. They are in the red zone. Down to the 17-yard line. Clements working again in the no huddle, and a deep shot in the back of the end zone is caught. Touchdown. Ianojo Abarazabo in the back of the end zone, and Charlotte has cut it to a 9-point game. You need a touchdown to win in overtime on your first possession. Otherwise, any score wins. We continue on in a double or triple overtime if necessary, however many overtimes we need. Although I, for one, would like a quick ending to this. We're already behind tonight, and the headache is a rager right now.
And we got to get to the ball.
booth review on that touchdown. Rob Crone on a play fake. He's got a first down to the 33-yard line. Again, Miami wants a touchdown here. A field goal does not end it. That's Waters with the catch. Cincinnati groaning at the possibility that Charlotte could come back in this game. I don't even think they have to onside kick. They have all 3 timeouts and the 2-minute warning.
Just like that. Just like that.
Miami is 33 yards away from going 3-0 in overtime. Rob Crone, all kinds of time, going to take off and run. You don't see that often. Crone picks up 1. The review is confirmed. Charlotte down just 8.
Go now. 10-2 stop.
Second down and 9 for Miami. 9:25 to go in overtime.
Ready?
Hand off to Beletsky, and Beletsky lost the ball. Picked up by Florida. First down, Sharks. Dickerson with the fumble recovery. And the Sharks just won't die. Beletsky spinning in traffic just got murdered. Florida's football, and now the next score wins. Again, a look at the playoff picture. Miami at 8-4. Dakota falls into 3rd place after their loss tonight, down to 9-4. Cincinnati trying to get back into the 4 spot in the East. Hand off to Kay, nothing doing. Charlotte trying to get off the field. And just a check down to Al Ingram the 3rd. He is wide open. Al Ingram all the way down the sideline. Timeout Charlotte, but nobody covered the back out of the backfield. How does that get missed?
Here we go.
2:03 left. Now Charlotte's on the verge. Handoff, Sauce K. Got 5. 19 carries, 111 yards. Big 3rd down coming up for Florida. Chima still throwing. 2-minute warning for Cincinnati. They are trusting in Chima. Only 1 pick tonight. Joe Francis gonna throw. 3rd and long. Caught. Mark Anthony at the 48-yard line. 19 of 30 is Francis. Anthony's over 100 yards. First down for the Sharks. Florida riding a 3-game winning streak. Miami riding a 2-game overtime winning streak.
30 base.
Mike, number 53. Mike 53.
Another throw from Chima, although safe. Timeout Charlotte, they're down to 1. Kay trying to get outside, and Miami wraps them up. 2nd and 9. Timeout for Charlotte, they have 1 left.
Ready. 10 Nova.
3rd down and 8, they need to stop. Cincinnati is outside of field goal range right now. Vultures spread them out. It's 3rd down and 12. Kay dropped in the backfield. Cincinnati hands it off. They don't get anything. Charlotte calls the timeout. They're going to get the football back with a chance to tie. And where have we seen that movie before for Charlotte?
Set. 70.
Beating Miami on the final play earlier this season. They're coming off an overtime loss and a 5-point loss to Florida. Sharks on 3rd down and 12, short of the first down. 4th and 5. Florida's going to have to punt it away. This punt is dead right at the goal line. Okay, 1:42 and no timeouts for Charlotte. John Clements, 23 of 33, 270 yards, 2 touchdowns, no picks today. Eric Vincent, John Warren, follow us. Rochester and Vegas coming up as soon as we are done here. And a face mask on Cincinnati.
Personal foul. Face mask.
What are you doing? Robert Brady Jr. called for the infraction. Now it's a first down on the 44-yard line.
First down.
Cincinnati can't buy a win. Everything feels difficult right now.
Come on, set. 70.
6 minutes to go in overtime. First down for Miami. Next score wins in Florida. Crone, deep shot, middle. That is incomplete. Knocked out of the hands of Cooper. Might have been Drennan, actually. Curtis with another catch up to the Cincinnati 49-yard line. 1:25 to go. No huddle for Charlotte. 373 to 359 in total yards in favor of Miami. Second down for the Pirates. This is Clements on second down and 3. He fires it to the sideline. That is incomplete. At the Cincinnati 49-yard line, this is Rob Crone breaking a tackle for Miami. Narrowly got the first down. Now it's 3rd and short. Big time run from Rob Crone. 3rd and 3 for Charlotte. 3rd and 1 for Miami. Clements dropping a throw. That pass is caught again by Curtis. Down to the 39-yard line. Charlotte's still alive. Charlotte's still alive. They need a touchdown and a 2-point conversion. 1 minute to go. First down for Miami at their own 44-yard line. 112 on 24 carries for Boletsky. This is Clements. That pass is caught. Down to the 22-yard line. That pass hauled in by Dylan Boone. 45 seconds left. They cannot stop the clock. 10-second runoff. Down to 36 seconds. Clements on his 22-yard line. On a crosser inside the 20, down to the 14. 10-second runoff for Cincinnati. Miami is nearing field goal range at the 36-yard line. Charlotte's got to be careful here. They're down to 18 seconds left. They need to throw it in the end zone or get it out of bounds or something. 13, 12, 11. Cincinnati with a sack. Cincinnati with a sack. The time is going to run out on Charlotte. The Vultures will survive and end their 6-game losing streak. What a win for Cincinnati, and they're back on top in the Great Lakes Division. Now back over to Florida. 4:14 to go in overtime, 13-13. Miami would have a 51-yard field goal from here, but remember, they missed 2 kicks beyond 50 yards earlier in the game. Second down and 8. 3:45 to play. Play clock running down. Cincinnati survives. Minnesota survives. 2 road teams with the win. The handoff to Boletsky actually lost a yard. 3rd down and 9 coming up. Marshall with the takedown. Charlotte falls to 5-8. That's disappointing for them. Cincinnati 7-6. What a big time win on the road. Wasn't pretty at times, but they made the plays and got it done. Florida needs a stop. 3rd down and 9 at the 35. Can Miami get into scoring range? They're just going to hand it off to Bullitt. And Bullitt gets the first down, pushed forward to the 25-yard line. Oh my goodness. Miami was playing for the field goal, playing conservative, but Bullitt Boletsky makes something out of nothing and picks up 10 on 3rd down and 9. What a run. Miami delivering again in OT. Florida needs another miracle, and they've had a couple here late in this ball game. First down to the 25. Hand off on a counter. That's Bourne. Down to the 24, and we'll see how long Miami tries to work this down into the red zone. The final stats for Miami and Florida will be on their individual video page on VFN. That's Bourne right up the gut to the 15-yard line. That's a first down for Miami. Bourne comes in off the bench. Gives Miami their rushing identity in the second half. Miami, what are they going to do here? Now inside the 20, they're going to kick it. for the win. Florida needs a block. 32-yard field goal for Miami to go 3-0 in overtime. You better believe it. The Pirates, the Cardiac Pirates, 9-4, 3 wins in overtime, all in the division this year. And Florida sinks to 4-9 in devastating fashion. To the outro. Your final scores tonight. Minnesota knocks off Dakota 20-17. Cincinnati defeats Charlotte 29-21. And Miami beats Florida 16-13 in overtime. Rochester and Vegas coming up next with Eric Vincent and John Warren on primetime. For all of us at the UFL, I'm UFL co-founder Cameron Irvine. This has been a presentation of the Virtual Football Network. Have a great evening, everybody, and we'll see you right back here momentarily for primetime.